Greetings everyone, this is Michael Bontempo from EnvisionEd Plus, and I'm going to show you how to use your current email address to get all the fun tools and apps that you can get with Google. And it's a really great platform that we use a lot. So let's get right to it. I use Google Chrome as my primary web browser. If you do not have Google Chrome, or you're not sure that you have it, if you're using Internet Explorer or Firefox, you want to download Chrome from whichever browser you use, and that's the browser you want to start using. You can use Internet Explorer and you can use Firefox, but it really just works better if you do it through Chrome. So it's really no different than having another web browser. So and Google has a good scripting crew, so whatever you search for on the internet or use it for, Chrome is going to be one of your best options. So anyway, to get started right now, we're not going to use any crazy emails. You're not going to get a new Gmail or anything like that. I've simply set up this email account, google.test@envisionedplus.com, and pretend for a second that that's your email. You know, that's your email for work, your personal email. Whatever email you give EnvisionEd Plus to send you documents, calendar invites, this is the email that you want us to have. So that's the one we're going to set it up with. So when I go into Chrome, if we look at our sheet, okay, we're going to open Chrome, which we've done, and then we're going to click Sign In the top right-hand corner. So sign in, okay. And as you can see, I've got several accounts already, but what we're trying to do is we're adding an account because I want you guys to use your normal email address, but still be able to access all the Google apps, okay. So we're going to add account, and this is going to be, what was that email again? Google.test, okay. And again, this is not what you are putting in, this is what I am putting in. So this would be your email. So it would be johndoe@ohiostateuniversity.com or something like that, okay? So we're going to click next, and right away you see, sorry, Google doesn't recognize that email. Not a problem, because we're creating an account. So if we look at our list, okay, add account, put in the email address, and we click next, okay, and then when it says create an account, so that's what we're going to do, create an account. Okay, and the next thing you're going to see is some information you've got to put in. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, Mike, I don't want to have to put in all my personal info, but it's actually a lot more painless than you think. So I'm just going to put, what would I put for this? I'll just put test as the first name, and last name is EnvisionEd Plus. Okay, so that's my first and my last name. It's not like Facebook where it's like, oh, that's not a name you can't use. You can use whatever you want. And then for the password, this isn't the password for the email. This is the password for your Google account. So if I go into my spreadsheet with all my usernames and passwords, I can see right here that I'm going to be using the same password that I use for my email. That way I don't get confused. So it keeps it all in one place for you. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, and then of course month, day, year, and I haven't seen any kind of illicit activity on the part of Google for putting in this information, so just to ease your, if you're wondering about what you're telling them. And I usually skip the phone. Sometimes you don't have to go through that, so I just skip it. So we're going to click next step, okay. So we filled in our personal information, okay. Now we're at the verification stage, and you can see it's asking me for my phone number so it can verify. And your phone number won't be attached, but I'm going to put that in, okay, just so I can verify. And I'm going to say text message because that's pretty quick. So it's going to send you a text to your phone, whatever phone number you give it, and I'm going to put in my code. Okay, and continue. Okay, so now it's saying verify your email address, and that's what it's asking me to do. So I'm almost done, and it looks like a verification email has been sent to my email address. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so that's what this step is. So I'm going to go to my email, and lo and behold, there it is. So I'm going to open up that email, and I can see right here on this link, Just click the link below to verify your email address and complete your sign up. That's all I have to do. Okay, so that's this stage that we're at right now. Okay, so I'm simply going to click that link and check it out. Welcome test. Well, it's calling me test because that's the first name I gave myself, remember? And you can see right here in the upper corner, all right, google.test@envisionedplus.com. That is my Google account. And just so everyone doesn't get confused, that is not an email account. That is a Google account, okay? I still have my email account. This is my email account. It's not going anywhere. I can check it anytime I want to. It's on my phone. It's good. Nothing wrong with it. But what's important is that now you have access to all these applications, okay? So if you go through the verification process like we just did, okay, so we're in, cool. So we've taken care of that step. And so now we're going to go back into Chrome and see, here I am, welcome, blah, blah, blah. All right, I can even click home right here and it takes me to my home page, google.com. And if you look up here in the corner, look, google.test@envisionedplus.com. I'm actually logged in to my Google account right now. And here's the cool part. Now when I click the 9 square, which I believe is the next thing on our list, the 9 square menu, okay? This is how you get access to these Google apps. Boom. You got the calendar, the drive. Like I said, we did not set up a Gmail for this, okay? So if I click Gmail, it's going to be like, hey, you're adding a Gmail to this Google account, because remember, this is not an email account, this is a Google account, okay? So if I wanted to give it a second Gmail, I can do that, but I'm not going to do that because I already have my email, right? I don't want to get myself confused. But I do have access to calendar, drive, all those fun little tricks, okay? And so for right now, I think that's a good stopping point for just setting up a basic Google account, okay? Now, as you can see, if I go into Chrome, okay, and I X out of Chrome completely, okay? If I go back into Chrome, you can see that I'm still logged in here, okay? And what if I log out? What's that going to look like, Mike? Okay, so I'm going to go back into my web browser, right back into Chrome, and see where it's, where's your sign in, something like that. It's missing. I just click the home page and it brings it right back. It's google.com, that's your portal. So I'm clicking sign in, okay, and here's my account, google.test@envisionedplus.com. Click it. Okay, it's going to ask me for that password. Okay, sign in, and I'm in. Boom, just like that. Okay, so this video is going to show you how to create a Google account, and then as we move on into the apps, which will be in the next video, we'll go from there. So once you get to this point, you can access all the Google apps that you want. You can play around with it, you can log out, you can log back in, you can make sure you're comfortable with everything before you move on to the next step, which is getting to know all these cool applications. So I will see you in the next video.